Digital 410 Productions proudly presents the Waterman and D-Train Show.
Digitized live from the ACT Computer Studios in Cape Coral, Florida, it's the Waterman and D-Train Show.
Yeah, it is. Well, kinda. It's the Waterman and D-Train Show, the consistently inconsistent podcast. I am here with special co-host today, Bill from the Unsupervised Podcast. Bill.
What's going on? I'll play the part of Dave tonight.
Bill, why don't you introduce yourself, full and first name and last name, to everybody so they know who the hell you are. We know you're from the Unsupervised Podcast. We know you as Bill, but do you ever say your last name on your podcast, Bill?
I don't. I somehow adopted this stupid name, Bill Diesel, because I make fun of Vin Diesel all the time.
Here he is, Billy.
I'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that.
And joining us from Las Vegas, Nevada, as always, here he is. He's our newsman, our anchorman, and everything in between, Gordon Abernathy. Gordon.
What's up? You need to actually make that a plug line. Consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, your signal's always consistently inconsistent as well. Bill can attest. We sit here and been talking to you for like 20 minutes before we go live, and now here you are, and you're breaking up as always. But we often like to blame that on the background music, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. I agree with it. It did sound perfectly clear before, and he still sounds all right. Sounds good.
Okay, good.
There, he's all good. So Gordon was running a little late. We were supposed to go live yesterday, and of course, you know, something always happens. Something always comes up. Let's check on with him.
Who is it? Who? Dave? Dave's not here.
Nope. Dave's not here.
Who is it?
Now, last I heard from Dave, he sent me a text message saying, "Hey, bro, I can't make it tonight." And I said, "What the actual fuck?" I said, "So what you're telling me is I could have done the podcast last night as I was driving home from Orlando." And I started to get a little angry with poor Dave. But then he tells me this tale, if you will. He tells me that he's sitting down at the hospital and that he possibly broke his heel.
Oof.
Not his ankle, not his foot, but his heel. Now, when I tell Carrie that Dave broke his heel, her first question is how?
He's got to take a lot to break a heel, right?
Sadly, I'm a guy, and I don't ask follow-up questions. You tell me you break your heel, my reply is, okay.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. He said, "I'm at Gulf Coast Hospital. I may have broke my heel," to which I replied, "Interesting." And he said, "I'll send you a picture." Now, I thought he was going to send me a picture of his heel.
It's just a selfie.
No, he sent me a picture of his wristband showing that he is in the hospital.
I was like, proof.
Actually has today's date on it. Because now, I don't know if you've been in the hospital a long time, Gordon, but now, like, you're basically, they give you a quirky code. And so anytime they do anything to make sure that billing gets the proper amount of medicine to charge you for, and every little Band-Aid, anytime they stick you, pick you, prod you, slap you, smack you, give you a kiss, they scan that little wristband with their little click, click. And it's basically, it needs to be a cash register sound. Every time they try, it should be cha-ching.
Yep.
I was in the hospital twice this year.
Oh, that's right. Your butthole, like, infected or something.
Oh, yeah.
With the heart, and then it ended up with my ass, so whatever.
How's your butthole doing?
It is doing fantastic.
But is it, moist?
Oh.
Well,
that's what causes the infection.
Ass, which could be the problem.
Here, let's have a fun game. We're going to call Dave, see if he answers.
Yeah, man, you're in Vegas. It gets hot over there.
See if
yes,
Dave
it
answers.
does.
Are we calling Dave?
Yeah, we're calling.
Chilly now.
Can we hear Dave?
I can hear ringing.
Can we hear Dave now?
I can hear it too.
See if he answers.
What did you do, Dave?
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box
Dave's
that has
not
not
here.
been set up yet. Please try your call again later.
That's
it has
Dave.
not been
Has
set up
not-
yet?
He has an inbox that has not been set up yet. That is just perfectly
Oh,
Dave.
Jesus.
The man has an inbox that hasn't been set up yet.
You know, it's 20. What year are we in? 2019?
2019. Let's be honest. It's 2020. I mean, we're basically there. It's basically 2020.
You realize it's the end of the decade, and I don't acknowledge that. Like 2010 through now, I don't consider it a decade. Does that make sense to anybody else? It's still 99, and then
Yeah, it seems more like 5 years, right?
right 2009. That was yesterday. That's when all the smartphone shit started, and now 10 years later, it doesn't feel like a decade to me.
No, not at all. It blows my mind when I realize that I started ACT Computers in 2004.
Jeez,
And here it is, 2020. I mean, that's where we are at.
it doesn't make sense.
And it also kills me to realize that I forgot to record until now. But luckily, since this live stream's out on YouTube, what I'll do later is record the first 4 minutes off of the YouTube stream, and then the world will never know.
See, that's a genius idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. I'd have been yelling at Junior, throwing. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, we've been down this road many times before. The OG5, who's been with us since day one, we had so many audio issues when we first started live streaming. It was actually Gordon's official job to remind me to start Audition before we go on, but as you see, he failed.
Why did I let you do that?
And you forgot to tell me to, hey, make sure you start recording on the live stream.
We've all been there. It's happened.
And so it's not a big deal. There'll be maybe a little bit of a sound difference. And chances are the download audience, thank you guys for your continued download. For those of you who don't know, you can get us on Apple Podcast, Music, Google Music, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and wherever fine podcasts are found. But anyhow, those who are downloading would have never known the difference except for now that I brought it up.
You called yourself out, buddy.
But, that it happens all the time. And, it is what it is. It is what it is, and you got to think outside the box.
Be creative.
Be creative.
Ain't my first rodeo. That's a saying I can't stand right there.
Ain't my first rodeo. I'm with you.
What's your biggest...
Every time I've heard a motherfucker say, this isn't my first rodeo, that's the guy the first to fail.
What is a first rodeo like? It's got to be a shit show, no?
I would
It can't
imagine
be
it's
good.
all of like
Well,
second
I think where the saying came from is
rodeos.
first person's
Probably.
first rodeo. They get
Yeah.
their ass kicked,
First-
and as time goes by, just like anything else, they get better at it.
Yeah.
But this ain't my first rodeo. What's worse, the "this ain't my first rodeo" guy, or "that's not in my job description" guy?
Ooh.
They both could be wound up as a bunch of shit-heels.
They're
when they say
probably
that.
they're probably cousins too.
Who tends to be less successful? The "ain't my first rodeo" guy, or "it ain't my job description" guy?
Rodeo. I'd go rodeo.
Really, I would say the "ain't my job description" guy, because he doesn't want to do anything. That's why he constantly says, "Well, that ain't my job description. You do it."
That makes sense. Actually, I can see that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
My other pet peeve, it must be nice.
It must,
Oh my God! And you know what my answer is to that? Yeah.
Hey, did you hear Bill went on vacation? He went down to Aruba. Must be nice. Why don't you
Sure
just say,
is.
why don't you just say, I'm a broke fuck and I can't afford to do that, so therefore I'm jealous. But instead he sum it up with, must be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take that guilt trip and I flip it right around.
Oh yeah? What do you do?
Say yes, it is nice.
You know,
Just throw it right back at him. Yep.
now Gordon was running a little late from his work, which he can't be blamed for. And, Bill and I, we're no slackers. We're not the type of people that say, ain't my job description.
I say that all the time, actually.
And we knew Dave was in the hospital. We felt bad for him, and so we thought, well, what can we do, Bill, to raise Dave's spirits?
What cheers people up this time of year?
Music.
Music.
Christmas music.
Goddamn right.
And what does Dave like more than Christmas music? The spotlight.
I was gonna say the bitches.
Well, the bitches and the spotlight.
Yeah.
And so we thought it'd only be appropriate if we were to sing Dave a Christmas song and shine a spotlight on him, 'tis the season and all that. So if you guys would just do us a little favor, it's only 5 minutes long, and
The
just
world debut.
world debut of the 12 Days of Dave. On the first day of Christmas, Dave's true love sent to him. Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
He's single.
Not
45 and single.
Not a goddamn thing.
Unreliable, too. I mean, he's got no prospects. But we love him.
Well, maybe he'll get something for Christmas.
Like what?
Everybody gets coal, man.
You think you could sell the coal?
Yeah.
Is there much
Yeah,
resale
it's-
value
yeah.
for coal in Florida?
Recycle it.
Huh.
Turn it in.
Sell it to a starving artist who
Get
does
it.
like coal paintings.
You get a beer or something.
Maybe take it down to the barbecue pit guy.
Now I want
Huh.
some barbecue.
Yeah. You hungry?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's go eat. Yeah, this is dumb. Later. So there you go, Dave. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas song. It's, it was all in good intentions. We were going to come up with 12 things that Dave's true love got for him.
Yeah.
But then we quickly realized that he's in the weeds in that field, and
It could have been the 12 Daves of Christmas. We could have taken that a whole different direction. Like if he has I don't know him well enough to know if he has different personalities and all that good stuff, but the 12 Daves of Christmas could
we
have
could have
been
came up with 12 excuses of why he didn't get you anything for Christmas.
the 12 reasons Dave's not here.
On the 12 days of Christmas, Dave got for me not a goddamn thing. So it'd be the same song anyway. But anyhow, Dave, we love you. We hope your ankle's feeling better. We're so happy that you're still able to. Well, shit. This
Just
is
be
the
more-
second week in a row.
Just be more careful in the high heels. That's all I'm going to say.
You think maybe he was doing drag?
I mean, it makes sense.
It's 2019. You can't judge.
I don't want to judge anybody. I wouldn't dare. But I heard he has some 5-inch pumps on. Oh, that's terrible.
Stilettos or pumps?
Yeah. He could rock them.
Yeah, buddy.
Whatever it takes for the grift, man.
So, I don't know. I have a hypothesis that I presented on the What's the Scuttlebutt podcast, which will air probably Wednesday. I think I may have made history this weekend.
What'd you do?
I think possibly I was the first non-animal themed podcast to record an episode from a booth at the American Kennel Club dog show.
Wow. That sounds like history.
I mean, why else would a non-animal themed podcast be recorded in the bowels of a convention center where the American Kennel Club dog show was going on?
I don't get. What was the connection? What were you? Well, I mean.
I like dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you can
That's
tell by
it.
the shirt. As the fans and as you guys know, and the OG5 knows, about a year ago, I helped a small independent film crew shoot a scene out on Bokeelia called The Walking Point. It's also a book. They took the 30-minute proof of concept, they're calling it now, because what they're actually trying to do now is to sell it to a streaming service to turn it to an 8-episode miniseries. Nice. Now you're asking, well, how do you take a 30-minute movie? You reshoot it. So they're really pushing their book and using the autograph signings. And so basically what happens is The Walking Point is a movie about the Marine Corps dogs. During World War II, the Marine Corps and the Army didn't have a kennel. They didn't have a bunch of dogs. People actually donated their dogs. They actually enlisted their dogs into the service to go sniff out the Japs and the Germans, and then at the end of the war, granted they were still alive, they would come home. And so the story is about a young private who becomes a dog handler of a Doberman, and he goes out his way to return the dog. But anyhow, the dog that plays the lead role, his name is Duke, and he's an active narcotics dog. And so Duke was down there. The American Doberman Pinscher Society, they actually flew them out to have them in their booth to represent the Doberman Pinschers and this and that and everything. And they asked me if I could bring out some of my World War II reenacting gears to outfit the booth. And luckily I did, because if I wasn't there, it would have been... But anyhow, good times had by all. Did an interview from there. Got to see a lot of cool dogs. And you ever seen the dog diving competitions?
No, I have not.
Basically, they'll have like a dog run off a pier and then jump into a lake or a pool.
Nice.
And they had it set up there, and I didn't really have time to watch it, but when I was walking by, there was like doing warm-ups, and there was like this little fuzzy butt dog. He hauled ass. He stopped at the corner and said,
No.
fuck this, and turned around and walked right back.
Yeah, if that was a lab, it would have been...
Well, I do have a video of a German Shepherd diving off of it, but I think it was one of his first times because he did not get no distance. But I had to be very, like, incognito about it, because all around the pool they had official dog Nuka cameras only. So, like, if I would have got caught, I would have gotten... But anyhow, I got a bunch of video. It'll be up on the YouTube channel here soon, and all things will be going well.
Now, did you see any other podcasts set up there that were maybe dog related?
No. Nope. One lady came through and did a live stream from one of the subsidiaries of the American Kennel Club Facebook page and did an interview with them. And it was so cute because she's an older lady. And she was explaining to them, okay, well, you guys are going to have to sit close because I'm going to have to shoot it like this.
Oh.
And she shot it with the phone straight up and down instead of on landscape.
What is wrong with people?
And I thought about that video that we posted about the PSA about shooting your video on landscape. And so she has this nice, like, digital microphone attached to it. She's dialing in the audio, but she's shooting like this the whole time.
You just want to take the phone
And
from
before
her.
she started shooting, I pulled out. And if you guys are followers of the What's the Scuttlebutt, you'll see I live streamed for 30 seconds because I was showing Chelsea from Walking Point. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. Look, I'm live streaming right now, and I'm in landscape mode. And so, but she's an older lady, and Chelsea's she's old. Just
let her be.
Okay. This episode of the Waterman and D-Train Show is brought to you by our friends at Act Computers. As we said earlier, Act Computers has been established in 2004 and has been providing all Southwest Florida for all your IT needs, whether it's networking, server administration, laptop repair, computer repair, online backups. Let's talk online backups right now. Give Act Computers a call at 239-283-1120 or hit them up through their Facebook page or their website and say the word podcast. Yes, podcast. And for the entire year of 2020, they will give you the exorbitant, awesome fee of 9 cents a gig per month on your online backup. That's a hell of a lot cheaper. You can find it anywhere else. So if you want to back up your Word documents, your spreadsheets, your tax forms, anything that's important, I will give you the caveat that you can back up photos, but photos are large. The higher the quality of the photo, the larger the megabytes they take, and the more expensive it gets. But with that being said, if you want to be able to back up and save and secure your computer and your peace of mind for 9 cents a gig per month for the entire year of 2020, and afterwards it goes up to like 12 cents. And so it's not like they're going to say, hey, year's up, now it's going to be at 50 cents a gig. No, the fee is super great. Anyhow, give them a call, 239-283-1120, or go to act-capecoral.com. What's up, fellas?
Hey, I've got something for you.
Sure.
This would have been perfect for Dave, but I'm not holding on it any longer.
Well, Tom, I'm sorry. No, I'm
and-
sorry. RJ Nevins from Walking Point has joined us on the show. No, I didn't call Chelsea old. Chelsea told me the old lady who was shooting the video was old and to leave her alone about the fact that she shot it up and down. I didn't call Chelsea old. I'm not calling your wife old, RJ. You know, everything's good. I was talking about the nice lady who was interviewed. Oh, I give up.
Shot yourself in the foot
Yeah,
there.
go ahead, Gordon.
10 best cities for taco lovers.
Ooh.
Okay. Is this multiple choice?
This
Or
is
you
a
can-
multiple choice of 10.
Okay, well, that's going to be kind of hard because there's like 4,000 cities in the country.
Exactly. So I will tell you what city is not up there, and it will.
How about you do this? Can you give us the state and we can guess the city?
Ooh.
I can give you the state. Yes.
Okay, go for it.
So, number 10 is the state of California.
I want to say Long Beach, but that's a little easy. I'm going to say probably closer to the southern border, perhaps?
I don't know what's down. I don't know. I'm just going to throw San Francisco out there.
San Francisco?
Anaheim, California.
Not even close.
Anaheim, really? That kind of makes sense. Anaheim is Orange County, and that's where a lot of the money is. That's also where you're going to find more of your hipster, upper echelon, expensive style Mexican restaurants.
Fancy tacos.
You know, if you want your street tacos and all that, which are great, I love a good street chicken taco. You know, you're going to get that in Long Beach and LA. But yeah, if you're looking for a hoity-toity white tablecloth experience, if you will,
Yeah.
you're going to want to go up to Orange County. That's where I got pulled over for being poor in my Ford Escort LX, 1995. I think I told that story before, but yeah, I was going to school for computers. I love this Mexican place called Baja Fresh. And I was going to school in Irvine, and Newport Beach was right down the street. And so I was driving this is in 2003, I was driving my sweet-ass 1995 Ford Escort LX covered with
Nice.
ACP and twisted stickers. And there was a Lexus SUV in front of us with a busted taillight. And me and one of my classmates were chilling in my car at the light. And I said, and the cop was behind me, and I was like, I hope he pulls over this Lexus for a busted-out taillight.
He got you instead.
Light turns green. Whoop whoop. Pulls me over because my luxury 1995 Ford Escort LX had the remember the old school electric seatbelts?
Yes.
The shoulder harness
Never worked.
the track broke, and so I had the lap belt on. And so he pulls us over because I'm not wearing a seatbelt.
Of course.
What are you guys doing here? We're going to Baja Fresh. We're on lunch for computer
Get some
school.
tacos.
It's a Sunday. You go to computer school on Sunday? Yes, I do. You got any drugs in the car? No, I do not.
Yes, officer.
So he puts us in the back of his car.
Jesus.
As he's searching my sweet-ass 1995 Ford Escort LX, he finds this little fake leather binder in the hatchback. And he looks at me like, I got you, son of a bitch. And he unzips it, and this shows you how long ago this was. 3 DOS and BIOS floppy disk fall out, 4 Phillips head screwdrivers, and a tube full of computer screws. Basically, it's the toolkit that the school gave me when I signed up for my A+ class. Long story short, he let us go and said, there's a Baja Fresh in Irvine. He basically told us to get the fuck out of his
Go get
town.
your taco.
Get my escort.
Get out of my town, boy.
Get my escort and get the hell out of his town.
So Anaheim is number 10 at 42.9 taco restaurants per 100,000 people.
Wow. That seems like a lot.
Yep. Next is in Colorado.
Oh.
Denver.
I would think that too.
You both are correct. At 3.13 taco restaurants per 100,000 people. Now we're going to go down to Texas.
No, real quick, to be fair, in Anaheim, they do have Del Taco, so that sadly counts. And then they have El Pollo Taco, which I think the Dizzy Chicken.
Nice.
But yeah, they have a bunch of taco restaurants out there. But go ahead.
So number 8 is in Texas. Any guess?
Texas. I want to say San Antonio. RJ Nevins is still here. He lives in Texas.
Yeah, San Antonio.
RJ, I know there's a little bit of a delay, but if you had to guess in Texas, that would be the taco capital of Texas. Where would you choose? I want to say San Antonio, but is El Paso, Texas?
El Paso, no?
Are both correct. Bill's first answer was also San Antonio.
Oh, right.
4.64 taco restaurants per 100,000 people. Next, we're going to fly over to Arizona. Not a whole lot of towns in there.
This is one of those moments where I realize I don't know a lot of cities in each state.
Phoenix.
I'm going to second that because I can't think of a goddamn city.
You're close. It is Tucson at 44.87.
Phoenix.
And we're going to go back to the left coast of California for number 6.
Okay.
More California?
Well, yeah, it's California. We're going to say Santa Ana, California, 45.8 per 100,000. Now we're going to go to the state that this podcast is brought to you from. Number 5.
Florida. It's got to be Miami. It's got to be.
Miami's more Cuban food, though. I'm going to say Ybor City.
I'm going to say Bill is correct.
Damn it.
Miami at 46.29 per 100,000 people.
Ybor City is the cigar capital of the world.
More California. Okay.
Another California?
It's a big state.
Last California location.
Pomona.
Pomona? I don't even
Yeah,
know
it's in
that's
the
a
Inland
place.
Empire. It's a lot of...
It's also in the Inland Empire. It's Bakersfield.
Oh.
Close enough. Home of corn.
We're getting close.
Bakersfield is where Breaking Bad was supposed to be filmed out of.
Really?
Because it's a shithole, but due to the taxes and their high state taxes and city taxes forcing production companies to run into the hills, the fine people in New Mexico gave them tax incentives to come along. Because nothing says, hey, come to New Mexico like a good show about meth.
That's right.
So Bakersfield has 184 places to eat tacos and Mexican food. Now we're going to go back to Florida.
And half of them are owned by Danny Trejo.
Probably. Next is Florida. That's the last Florida city on the list.
Tampa.
I'm going to say, where's the college at? Because of the college town. Where's FSU at? Oh, shit, I just drove.
Tallahassee?
Tallahassee.
Orlando, Florida.
Damn Mickey Mouse.
0.1 taco restaurants per 100,000 people. Now the next two.
I should have guessed because I've only been to Orlando 38 times this year.
So the second, and this is all according to apartments.com. So
that sounds like
second city for taco lovers, the second most where taco lovers are taken care of with the amount of tacos restaurants per 100,000 is in the great state of Utah.
I saw UD train. I can't even think of again.
Salt Lake City.
Oh.
Ding, ding, ding. There's 52.84 and the number one on the list, and it does not surprise me, Las Vegas, Nevada. We have 70.43 taco restaurants per 100,000 people.
And how many of them have you been to?
Not 454.
Don't worry about it, because Bill's idea of a good taco is Taco Bell.
I mean, listen. I'm thinking about getting what the hell's Tijuana Flats. That's a party. I like that place.
You know, I've offered to you twice.
I know.
And I have a rule.
You know more.
I only offer people twice to come on my podcast. I only offer people twice to do a video. Not because I'm big timing you, because I don't want to become known as the guy who's constantly harassing people to come on this fucking podcast.
I got you.
That doesn't mean that the door's not open. That just means it's up to you to make it happen. I've offered twice, and then I let it go. And then if you say, hey, I wonder if he still wants me. Yeah, you can come on. But I'm not going to beat you over the head. Because as far as I'm concerned, if it takes more than twice, you're really not that interested in doing it.
I don't like tacos that much, I guess, is my issue. I like tacos, but...
Well, clearly, if you never had a real taco, if you think Taco Bell is the ideal place to get your tacos, then you've never had a real goddamn taco.
Tijuana Flats.
They're all right. Three Pepper Burrito Company currently leading my list in the best tacos in Southwest Florida. I've been thinking about actually doing a official digital 410 taco rankings.
Now, is yours beef, chicken, fish, or pork?
Steak.
Ooh.
All the way, huh?
I always go steak, except for there's a select few places that I do fish. I love a good fish taco. But the thing that separates Three Pepper Burrito Company apart, other than the fact that they're a Southwest Florida company,
Right.
is they hand press their tortillas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go in there and it's just a blob of flour and they plop it down, and they're so thin that yes, there's still carbs in there, but they're like you can see through them if you hold them up to the light.
I've had a quesadilla from them.
A case of what?
Quesadilla.
Adilla.
Quesadilla.
Do you
Quesadilla.
get jalapenos with that?
I'm extremely white when I say this.
He likes to eat himself a quesadilla.
I want one of them there quesadillas, and I need some jalapenos with it.
And next week, he's going to take his family out to get some gyros down at the Greek
Listen,
restaurant.
I ordered a quesadilla and I said, listen, this ain't my first rodeo. Just give me my food.
And
Is
I
that
want
my
some ranch
first
dressing
rodeo?
to dip in it.
Where do you stand on ranch dressing?
I've used it. I don't drown everything in it.
It's hillbilly ketchup, dude.
Yeah.
If you go back to like Ohio and Kentucky and Indiana, it's hillbilly ketchup. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't get it.
So I worked at Applebee's in Florence, Kentucky, y'all.
And that's the one you got a 9mm put in your mug?
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, ranch dressing is literally a fifth food group there. I've had motherfuckers ask for ranch dressing for their steak.
Dude, they sell ranch dressing in a miniature party ball.
Oh.
That is a place where I've come up with a saying, and it does piss people off, but ranch dressing is the poor white trash cousin to blue cheese.
I will say, you know where I eat? Only place I'll eat ranch except for on a salad? Rib City.
The spicy ranch.
They got the spicy ranch.
God, yeah.
And you put it on the french fries. It has like, I don't know what the fuck they put in it. I think they mix some Tapatio in there or something, but they put something in there, and it's awesome.
Nobody can touch Rib City cheese fries. They're just... you go to another restaurant, you get cheese fries, it's pure shit.
What's your favorite brand of hot sauce, Gordon? Go.
My favorite brand of hot sauce is actually called Blue Moon. It is a sweet. Damn it! I just effed up.
Well,
it is a
probably
habanero.
quick.
It is a yellow habanero hot sauce.
I would ask Bill, but he's going to say ketchup because he doesn't like tacos. He's going to say mild sauce from Taco
I was
Bell.
gonna say whatever mild sauce I
It
can
has
get.
cute jokes and sayings on it.
Now, what's your favorite wings?
Well, hold on. I like Tapatio and the hot sauce, but lately, man, I'm in love. Don't sleep on the Hernandez Verde sauce. Have you had that yet?
Yes, I've had the Hernandez Verde sauce, and I am a habanero fan, so I like their habanero sauce too.
I don't do much hot sauce. I do a little bit. I'm more of the mild. Shocking, I know, based on my taco preferences. Not that.
Actually, who has a good hot sauce? And there's a place called the Munchbox. Yes, that is the name of a restaurant down
It's
the
owned by
street.
two lesbians.
That's phenomenal.
Fantastic setup. It's run by a guy out of Canada, but is actually Mr. What's his name from? Fuck! I just brain farted.
Johnny Trejo.
Hi, my name is Tom McDonald. Welcome to the show. If you are easily offended,
You
then
should probably should go. That's for the lesbian remark.
Go. This fucking name from Jesus Christ! My brain just farted all over the place. He's a pilot. He's a punk rocker.
That's no, the guy from Offspring.
Yes, his hot sauce is actually
Something Bandito. Gringo Bandito.
Yes.
Nice.
There's an interesting story behind that hot sauce.
Okay.
When his kids got of age that they no longer needed a nanny, he felt bad after 8 years of hiring this woman, paying her a great salary to take care of his kids, and she was such a great cook.
Dexter Holland
from Waterman. He went into business with his nanny, and that's who helped him come up with the recipe for the Grito Bandito hot sauces, because he didn't want to have to let his nanny go.
Hey, you think those Packy chips that they selling at the gas stations are as good is as hot as the ones that you have people try?
I don't know. I doubt it, because those Pocky chips that you get off the internet are like $18 for one chip.
Ooh,
and so,
that seems a bit high.
Yeah, so when we did it on the Stan Haney show, one of our fans who had money to burn bought it. Because we didn't have any money in our budget for that.
Sorry, boys, $20 is just too much.
Yeah, yep. Can we talk about Facebook jokes that fallen flat?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Because I'm sure you can relate, because you have a podcast and you have a podcast page. I was at the store last week, and I saw 2 deodorants. And I posted the picture, and I forget exactly what the name was. I can actually look real quick and find it. But the 2 deodorants looked identical. They had the same exact name, except for the color code was a little bit different on it.
I think I saw you post this.
Yeah, and the color code was a little bit different. They both had the exact same name. And one of them said anti-irritant, to which I reposted, one of these irritates the shit out of you.
That's a dad joke.
Because the only the difference between the two other than color code is one of them said non-irritant. And it's not the best joke in the world, but I got, aluminum's bad for you. All this, like,
everyone bitching about the deodorant choice.
Yeah, it's called Dove Men's Care Clean Comfort.
That's it. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, exact same packaging, except for one of them is a silver square with a blue box, and the one that says non-irritant is a blue box with a silver square. But yeah, I've had a few of those where I just think it's funny, and I'll post it, and either people are way too serious or they just don't get my shitty sense of humor. Do you have one off the top of your head of a Facebook joke that's fallen flat, or a photo?
Oh, Jesus. I feel like it's happened to me a lot. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but...
What about you, Gordon?
I'm kind of with Bill. I can't think off the top of my head. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, there it is.
I did post the other day about the people that are tanning their buttholes.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that'd be a hot little fun topic to talk about.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
On Facebook?
Not a goddamn thing. I don't think there's got to be some idiot out there aiming his ass at the sun, but nope, I didn't.
I heard you guys talking about it on your podcast, and I guess some influencer or whatever
Stupid people.
put out a...
To quote Junior, it's got to be a white thing.
Probably.
It's definitely white people.
Put out a post about, I guess it's a quick way for your body to take in vitamin D.
Energy, yeah, get energy.
Just to strip down naked, get into the stirrup position.
Aim your ass at the sun and hope for the best.
but you got to minimize it to like 20 seconds or you'll get
a
sunburn in the worst spots.
That is just a terrible thought. But I thought, hey, this would be funny. Let's talk about... No one cares.
Hi, my name is Tom McDonald. Welcome to the show. If you are easily offended, then you
probably should go. See, I got to do the ending part, because even though the ending part's in the recording, for some reason my program cuts it off, and I have no idea why. It sucks.
I did post a joke. It was kind of a joke. It was some idiot that I was driving next to had basically an equivalent of a candelabra hanging from his rearview mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about it being probably the most douchiest hipster thing that somebody could do.
Well, see, that's the problem. Instead of putting a joke, you attacked a group of people, and you attacked the most sensitive group of people in the world.
But I don't think he was wrong.
No, not at all.
Imagine having an accident with that fucking thing. I mean, and that's how I noticed it. When he stopped, that thing was swinging, like it was going to hit the windshield and everything else. I'm like, how the fuck can that be safe? It's going to end up with a candle in his eye.
You know, I've posted pictures before, and we've talked about it, and there's one guy who drives around with his windows completely plastered with Bible passages. He was driving down Del Prado like at 2 miles an hour holding a Bible out the window.
I've seen him.
How does he not get pulled over for obstructed view? I mean, his entire windshield's plastered too.
He's not driving. You know what happened? Jesus took the wheel.
Jesus took the wheel.
Oh, come on.
I need a rim shot on here too.
Fuck yeah.
Here, hold on.
Speaking of dad jokes.
Here you go. Here.
A slow clap. I'll take it.
I gotta cut it off before it builds up.
Sorry, that was an opportunity I couldn't pass up.
Yeah. It's been a long weekend.
Yes, it has.
2 trips to Orlando in 2 days. 3 days.
Dude, I went to the mall and I'm tired. I couldn't imagine going
What
to
the fuck are you going to the mall for?
Christmas. Gotta get Christmas
I
stuff.
repeat, what the fuck are you going to the mall for?
I've always been against online shopping.
Weren't you around when someone got shot in the parking lot with an AK-47 2 years ago at the Edison Mall?
And honestly, I think that every time I go there. But I need the Charlie Steaks, this cheesesteak place in there. I need that in my life.
Well, hold on, time out, stop.
Wait a second.
He has the world's worst palate when it comes to food. He's putting his life at risk.
If I'm in the mall, no, actually, it's mainly the Annie's pretzels. Okay, I'll punch a baby.
Wait, let's. I may back up Bill here. When they make your cheesesteak, do they use that cheese whiz, that whiz cheese stuff?
No, I see him put sliced cheese on.
Because they actually should be using the whiz cheese.
Yeah.
Can I improve your life and save you gas?
Yes, please.
And remove your life from danger by going to the Edison Mall.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready for this? Nathan's Hot Dogs.
I'm a fan.
I've never had their hot dogs.
No shit.
I actually had their hot dogs during Hurricane Irma. Nathan's Hot Dogs have great Philly cheesesteaks.
I didn't even know they had Philly steaks.
So now, once you try a Nathan's Hot Dog Philly cheesesteaks, there will be no reason to drive across the river, park in that horrible parking lot,
It was brutal.
put your life at risk in a place that's had multiple shootings. Yes, to be fair, the guys who got shot, he got out of prison. He was getting revenge on the guy who put him in jail, but that's neither here nor there.
Still wouldn't want to chance it.
Hey, pump the brakes. Is that a gun-free zone?
Oh yeah, so maybe it shouldn't have been.
I don't know. I carry my Glock in there all the time. That's one of the places I carry my Glock whenever I go there.
I feel like you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my hats made there, but Amazon, man. Here's what you do. You get on your computer. You go to d-410.com. You click on that Amazon link, just like the OG5. You save it on your toolbar, your desktop, wherever you want to put it. That way, the next time you go and you want to go on Amazon, it will not cost you But all those, they save up. They add up. And then they send them to your second favorite podcast. We all know this unsupervised podcast is your favorite.
Top
your
three.
favorite, your second favorite local podcast in Southwest Florida. And you help us to buy the microphones that you're talking into right now.
These are nice.
They are nice. And, Gordon has the same setup of my old mics, and we got to get him one of these so he has the same quality as us. And just like Bill, when he goes to d-410.com and clicks on the Amazon link, the OG5 does the same thing, like Morgan Long. And you know what else you can do while you're at d-410.com? You can go to our Patreon page. Go to our Patreon page. We have 3 tiers. You got the $1 baller plan. It's $1 a month. They literally take $1 a month.
$1.
$1 to plug the unsupervised podcast. It's not like they're jerks and they take $12 out at one time. That's going to put you in the red. That's why it's called the $1 baller plan. Or the OG5 plan, which ironically is $3.50 a month. Or if you have long arms and deep pockets, you're a high baller. You're in the tax bracket with Gordon over here. You can sign up for the $7.50 a month plan, and after month 2 I will send you a free t-shirt, and we're currently working on the OG5 t-shirts for you guys. But that's what you do. You don't go to the mall. You don't put yourself into mortal danger.
I did order my wife's Christmas presents through Amazon. Unfortunately, I did not use the D-410, but I will next time. And I was impressed because the sons of bitches came in obviously a day. I'm like, fucking technology.
I'll save you some more money.
You know who can't go to the D-410 and click through the link?
Who's that?
The guy that got shot.
This guy right here. Me.
Yeah, Gordon can't do it. We had a snafu with our Amazon link.
Oh, shit.
See, Gordon has what's called the same last name as I do.
That's an issue, yeah.
And one of the user agreements with the fine people over at Amazon is your family, friends, and employees aren't allowed to use it.
Really?
And so what was happening was, before I knew that, my friends and family, people with the same last name, and maybe a small computer firm in town was ordering parts through Amazon, and they quickly shut that shit down.
They caught on really
So I had to
quick.
put up a new link and tell everybody. So if you guys have saved our Amazon link within the last 3 months, please go to d-410.com and resave it, because that old one won't work no more. They shut it down quick and hard. But yeah, Gordon can't use the link because he has the same last name as me, even though it's under...
Thank God our listeners aren't friends, right?
No, they're not friends or employees. They don't even like us.
They don't have to. They just have to listen.
No.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it takes.
But yeah. And I can save you guys some more money. Here's a cool thing. Well, it's an interesting thing. And I posted this on a video. I think it may have been an exclusive Patreon video. So I bought this hard drive for Act Computers, and it was bad. And I did a return on it. And everybody knows Amazon return shipping is super easy.
Yeah.
So I zipped it up, walked over to the old UPS store next door where my P.O. box is, and I said, I need a receipt for this. He said, you got to take that to Kohl's.
I do have a question. You've talked about this, and usually it says when you go to return it through the app where to go. And it did bring up Kohl's when we did a return.
I don't pay attention to that. I hit print.
Just went for it.
Fucking small type. Who needs it?
Somebody at Kohl's needs to raise a Christmas bonus, because Kohl's has been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
And retail's hurting because assholes like me are telling people like you to stop going to the mall and shop online.
That's a good point.
And so, but they all have their own privately owned trucks. Because they have their distribution centers, they load up their trucks and they send them out to their stores and they stock their stores. And so someone figured out, well, hey, most of our distribution centers are in these large cities near the Amazon distribution centers. We have all these empty trucks, so why don't we start leasing space out to Amazon? They can get their return shipping cheaper because now they're not losing money. Not only do they lose money with the free shipping through Prime, but now they're losing money by the return shipping. Yeah. And so they're subletting their... Now, this is all hypothesis. I haven't done any research on this. I'm just using my brain because I'm smart and shit. But where they're smart is when you go to return it to Kohl's, do you go to the front service desk?
No.
No! You go back into the deep, dark recesses of the Kohl's retail shopping floor so you can pass by all their clothing, all their underwear, all their cool stuff.
I had to do that, actually. I think I ended up buying something there.
And when you return it for the free shipping, they give you a $25 off coupon. So, hey, while you're here, feel free to shop around and have $25 on us. And so they're getting people in their door. They're making money off of the renting the space out, and they're saving their company.
Okay, so they're actually geniuses.
So what you do, you guys want to save a little money for your wife on Christmas, order something off of Amazon that you don't want, return it, choose the Kohl's option, go down to Kohl's, return it, get your money back on that, get yourself a $25 coupon, and buy it at Kohl's and save yourself some monies. Look at that. Saving you money all the way around.
Pretty crafty. I got to give you credit on that one.
Yeah, but when you do that one, don't bother using the link because I won't get that money when you do that return. But there's a way to save some money. Hey, Gordon, you familiar with that show, 2.5 Men?
Yes, I am.
You ever wonder why they chose the profession of being a jingle writer for Charlie? Ever strike you as a little odd?
It does seem odd.
I mean, it's not a lucrative career per se. I mean, we know the guy who writes the songs that make the whole world sing made a lot of money writing jingles.
But Charlie seemed to have made a lot of money.
But why would they choose that option?
I have a feeling you either have a hypothesis.
Well, in the last week's episode of the Waterman and D-Train show, if you tuned in, we talked about a little show called The Movies That Made Us.
I actually watched the first episode of that.
What do you think of that? I know you don't care about Dirty Dancing, but what did you think of that episode?
Everybody hated each other.
Yeah. And the fact that Billy Zane was almost the lead dancer in that.
Janet, whatever baby seems like a bitch.
Yeah.
She seemed like she's the one that started the hate.
Well, I misspoke. I said that they had a little going on during the filming of
whatever.
Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Turns out that wasn't the thing. The thing was Patrick Swayze fancied himself as a method actor, and so he was bossy even when they weren't acting, and she just thought the guy was the world's largest prick, and she didn't want to be around that for another 6 months.
I could see that.
That's why, and I guess when they went off and talked, he said, I was still method. But anyhow.
And if you watch some of the kind of the back...
Yeah, when they're
the
dancing, and she calls him like the
they're
Texas
just
asshole or whatever. Yeah.
I think he called her a bitch at one point in time.
Well, there's another show on there, I guess came out first that I wasn't aware of, called The Toys That Made Us.
Great show.
And the first episode, Bill doesn't know this, but I know this about Bill because, I listen to his podcast.
Wait a minute. I listen every Sunday.
When I was driving up to
Monday.
Orlando to see my buddy R.J. Nevins and Ed and Chelsea and Duke for the Walking Point, that's how you get plugs in, ladies and gentlemen. I was listening to the Unsupervised podcast, and Bill was talking about his love for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I really do love the Turtles.
I had every single one of them.
Damn.
I had the blimp. I had
never
the
had the
pizza
blimp.
thrower. I had the the sewer.
Really?
I had the limited edition gas mask that fit on the Turtles, the original forms.
That's where I started the originals.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah.
I was dating a girl in high school, and is my daughter's mom before my daughter was born, and I gave them all to her son, which was dumb. But you know who sung the theme song for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Crap, I just saw this and I can't remember it.
Who is
No, I
the
don't.
key producer and writer for 2.5 Men? Chuck Lorre.
That's his name.
Before Chuck Lorre was a big-time TV producer, he was a
Jingle writer.
jingle writer and children's TV show theme song writer, which is why Charlie sung children's theme songs. The person who actually sings the words to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle theme song, including "Get a Grip" and all the vocals that you always thought was that don't sound like Raphael. Those are all him.
Yep.
He sang it. Those are all.
That's
He
right.
did every single part of that.
Didn't he do like He-Man too or other?
So
Are you saying that the Charlie character is loosely based?
I'm not saying it's loosely based off of him, but that's why he chose the career of a jingle writer / children's TV show theme song writer to be the job, because that's how he got his start in Hollywood.
Makes sense.
Well, Charlie and Chuck are kind of the same name, right?
That's a good point, actually.
Yep.
It might be. He might be right. It might be based on him loosely.
And maybe that's why he felt so slighted when Charlie was going through his tiger blood issue. Now that we know that's probably right around the time he found out he had HIV, but he won't confirm nor deny that.
Right.
Maybe that's why Chuck Lorre took it so personal and actually went as far as badmouthing Charlie in the credits of each one of those episodes during the last season.
Did you catch that last episode?
Where they killed him? No. To be honest with you, I was never a big fan of the show. I never really watched it.
I've seen like a handful of episodes.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny.
I got sucked into what the hell's the show recently? This Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Never watched it up until like 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah?
It's terrible people, but great show.
Terrible, shameless terrible, or...
Yeah. Oh, damn near worse at points.
Really?
Yeah. But like, how do they get away with that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
But it's freaking hilarious.
I've been watching Watchmen, and I'm not a comic book themed person, but that's a pretty well, it started out good. Now it's kind of getting like I don't know.
I think only I saw 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. Gordon, I don't know if you have this in your news, and if you do, I'm just going to step on it. I'm trying to pull it up now. Here we go. Let me find the story here. You all familiar with Danny Aiello? Actor extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where is... Here we go. What the hell? I'm not seeing the story. I heard the story today on another show. Anyhow, Danny Aiello passed away on December 12th, just a few days ago on Thursday. For some reason, I see that he died, but I'm not seeing the actual news story from it here. And because I don't do very good show prep, I don't have it up in front of me. But yeah, he passed away on December 12th.
You will be missed.
He was well, they didn't even update this yet. So anyhow, I heard he passed away. Yeah, he did. He passed away on December 12th. For some reason, they don't have his age. They usually put the age on Wikipedia and all that stuff. But yeah, he passed away. Since that fell flat because I didn't do my homework and I thought a quick Google search would bring it up, let's talk to our real news anchorman, Gordon Abernathy.
Joining us now from the Digital 410 West News Desk in Las Vegas, Nevada, Gordon Abernathy.
Gordon, how you doing tonight?
Got an interesting one, and this could be another one for Dave. So I do got a Poultry 2 stories because I used my third one at the beginning of the show. However, have you ever heard of Jetflix or iStream-It-All?
No.
No, I have not.
I'm assuming Jetflix is something for like private plane owners?
So I'm wondering if this may be one of them streaming services that Dave has, but there's 2 Las Vegas computer programmers that are being sentenced in March after pleading guilty in federal court in Virginia to charges stemming from illegal video streaming operations.
Yeah, I'm sure Dave has used them.
So I've seen another story on this. They basically said that the amount of shows they had and movies was way more than all the other streaming services combined. So federal prosecutors say the 36-year-old Daryl Julius Polo pled guilty Thursday to copyright infringement and money laundering charges, while 40-year-old Luis Angel Villarano pled guilty Friday to conspiracy to commit copyright infringement. Copyright. Well, they are in copyright infringement now because they're going to jail. The Justice Department said that Jetflix and iStream-It-All operations involved subscription services that pirated television and film content and deprived copyright holders of millions of dollars.
That's a dick
so not
move.
only were they streaming this, they were charging mofos to stream it.
It's one, not that I condone copyright infringement, but it's one thing to stream something for free because you aren't down for the cause, you think you're sticking it to the man, what have you. But when you're charging people money for someone else's property and you're making money off of it, that's just a dick move.
Yeah.
And enjoy your time in prison, you a-holes.
Exactly. Yeah, they got themselves in some big time trouble. I'm actually going to pull up a little more on this story. So it says that FBI breaks up 2 illegal streaming sites, including iStream-It-All, with more content than Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu together.
Well, of course, when you get the shit for free, you can have a huge library.
And they can combine all the streaming services on their own.
Yeah, because what they're
They
doing...
had roughly 118,000 TV episodes and 11,000 movies.
That's insane.
I wonder how much they were charging.
Busted. Absolutely busted. So basically this guy Polo used sophisticated computer programming to scour global pirate sites for new illegal content, to download, process, and store the works, and to make the show's movies available on their servers in Canada. So they would have their servers in Canada.
Why Canada?
And
Canada has extradition laws. Why not go like where all the offshore accounts are? Is there not like suitable internet connections down there? Why wouldn't you go like to Russia or Japan or someplace less, a place who couldn't care about, Western copyright laws? Canada just seems kind of lazy.
It does seem lazy, and according to this article, iStream-It-All and Jetflix were built to play their content on smartphones, tablets, smart TVs, and video game consoles, along with web browsers. So, these guys are going to sound like they're going to go to a federal country club.
Do you think the guys that are signing up for it and paying for it, could they get in trouble? Like if I was a customer of
I
this,
think that they could go after those guys because they're unaware.
It'd be hard to do it. Back when they were going after people for using LimeWire, BearShare, and all that, they weren't getting them for downloading. Not that it matters now, but the safe way to do it back then is once you download it, move it out of the default folder into your music folder. They were getting you for sharing it because once it downloads, it automatically shares it with the community. And so then you unknowingly, you think you're just downloading music. That's not what they get you for. They get you when you start hosting that music and you become a source of the copyrighted material.
Okay.
And so what you wanted to do 20 years ago is you would download it and then you would move it out of the BearShare folder so that it wouldn't get shared. And so, they always go, yeah, they may go after, one or two people like a pot deal or something where they're trying to find the source. But no, they're the people who actually sign up for it, they may get like a small fine, but they're not going to see any jail time over that.
All right, so our next story, everybody's seen it. I tried not to post it, but D-Train did beat me to it, and it's about these pigeons with the cowboy hats.
What is up with you, Vegas? Now, as someone pointed out on our page, there's only a photo of 2 of them, and you live in Vegas. How many cowboy hat adorned pigeons have you been a witness to?
Apparently there's 2, and the article I'm looking at actually shows a pigeon in a what looks like a cat carrier. The hunt has been on for 2 pigeons in Las Vegas, aptly named Chuck Norris and Cluck Norris and Calamity Jane, after they're spotted wearing small cowboy hats that have apparently been glued on, which that's not cool. I'm not a pigeon fan, but that's crazy. But the pigeons gained fame from a viral tweet from a local guy in Vegas, prompting the Las Vegas-based pigeon rescue group Lofty Hopes to track them down. The story has since attracted national attention, including that of the New York Times. Cluck Norris, the pigeon seen in the red cowboy hat, was caught and captured Monday morning. One of Lofty Hopes members said that they used a cat trap to catch him. No animal should have to go through that. We are living sentient beings, according to Mariah Hillman of Lofty Hopes. We all have the right to live our own lives and to free of harm. Maybe the person who did this didn't think they were going to be harming them, but in the end, it has harmed him, and it's bad, and it's sad. The couple does hope to capture Calamity Jane, who hasn't flown the coop since they can capture the bird soon.
Well, unless their heads get stuck in something,
on, or why?
Unless their heads were to get stuck in something, they glued it to the feathers, and so the feathers would eventually fall out. It's not going to leave any permanent damage. I got 3 parrots, their feathers fall out all the goddamn time. So as far as damage or actually hurting the birds, unless it inhibits their flight or they get their heads stuck in something, they would just eventually fall off and the feathers fall out anyhow.
And I do
not that I'm condoning pigeon abuse.
No, I'm not. Well, no. I should have seen what they done with the ones they removed from my roof. But yeah, they go into a black trash bag and they never come out. So an Estero man gets prison sentence for capturing and bringing wood turtles to Florida from West Virginia.
For turtles?
Surprised? Yep, the wood turtles. So
that's how we.
Not if your all's invasive species problem isn't bad enough. Now we're bringing turtles from up north.
Yeah, so we have iguanas here in Cape. Lehigh and LaBelle are up their ass in veiled chameleons, which are easy to catch because those some bitches are slow. And then I caught a picture of the red-headed African something or other behind Lowe's down here in the corner. And we have the Cuban king anoles. And now we have South Georgian wood tortoises.
Apparently, it looks like it's from West Virginia. So this Estero man had got a bit of a shock Monday when he was sentenced to more than a year in prison for capturing, bringing wood turtles to Florida for commercial profit.
That's insane.
U.S. District Judge Sherry Polster Chappelle, not to be confused with Dave Chappelle, sentenced Michael P. Allard to 15 months in federal prison for allegedly capturing these wood turtles and transporting them, obviously, down to Florida. By his 58, he had violated something called the Lacey Act, which makes it unlawful for anybody to knowingly transfer or transport or sell wildlife that has been taken, collected, or captured.
No.
And one of the big reasons is in West Virginia, this is actually a threatened species.
Little baby bumblebee.
So Allard didn't get it.
Yeah.
So that is all I have for the news this evening. I scour and scour. I don't want to talk about shit that's all over the news.
I still need an outro for you. But it is what it is. Thank you, Gordon, so much for your diligent work and the efforts you went through to rush home from work to get home, because we had to do our podcast on a Monday instead of a Sunday because Dave was going to be here live tonight, but he's I doubt he's in the hospital. He was at the hospital like at 5 o'clock, and now it's like 9 or 10. I tried calling him, and he didn't answer, but, that's Dave being Dave. And so we are going to bid adieu to our friends, the OG5. But first, let's hear from Dave. I hope I turn it up.
Oh, huh?
Hope I make it. It's a risk, but I'll take it. Feeling like I'm living stuck in the basement. I'm just trying to get higher. Higher placement. Like
Now, I don't want to be that guy, but should I point out the fact that he lived in California and Florida, both states where homes do not have basements? So why he felt so inclined to include that in the music. But then again, this is the same guy who talks about having sex in the backseat of an El Camino, and El Caminos do not have backseats either.
That's a good point.
But anyhow, we love you, Dave, and we hope you will be back. I don't know if we're going to have an episode next week, because that's damn near Christmas, is it not?
It is, and I won't be available Sunday, but maybe Monday.
So this will be our holiday show, and
Should have worn my Santa suit.
appreciate Bill stepping in for Dave, because before the show started, it was going to be just lonely old me, because Gordon wasn't sure if he was going to make it, because he needs help out there with their computers. But anyhow, life is long, life is hard. Go out. Actually, life is short and life is hard. So do whatever you need to do to accomplish your dreams, to fulfill your short-term and long-term goals, to help your community and your family, and chase a happy life before you wake up dead. Bill, where can people find you and your podcast and all that good stuff?
Unsupervised podcast. You can listen to it anywhere podcasts are available, or check us out on social media, Unsupervised03. So thanks to D-Train, and thanks to Gordon for having me on, and thanks to Dave, even though he wasn't here.
And as we never do, we want to remind you, the OG5, to email us at info@d-410.com. We want to hear about you. You have any suggestions, comments, hate mail, what have you. Email us at info@d-410.com. info@d-410.com, or you can send a message to our Facebook page, and we'll have Gordon read those. Gordon!
I can be reached at Aegis1974 on Instagram and Gordon at D-410 on Facebook. You guys have a great week.
Thank you all. On the first day of Christmas, Dave's true love sent to him. Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
He's single.
Not
45 and single.
Not a goddamn thing.
Unreliable, too. I mean, he's got no prospects. But we love him.
Well, maybe he'll get something for Christmas.
Like what?
Everybody gets coal, man.
Think you could sell the coal?
Yeah.
Is there much resale value for coal in Florida?
Recycle it.
Huh.
Turn it in.
Sell it to a starving artist who does like coal paintings.
You get a beer or something.
Maybe take it down to the barbecue pit guy.
Now I want some barbecue.
Yeah. You hungry?